All right, everybody, here is a fun one for you. I have some of the authors from the amazing new anthology book, Rattled Awake. This is volume one, but this is the powerhouse beginning to us. And I just really am excited to celebrate with some of the co authors in this anthology as we talk about moments that they were rattled awake. We're going to go through here and have everybody introduce themselves, tell us about their chapter, and tell us what they're on a mission to do. So, with that said, let me first introduce to you CJ Dr. Constance Leyland.
Hello, everybody. Okay, I forgot the assignment. Wait, title of the book. Title is The Beneath the Perfect Score, The Silent Crisis of Student Suicides in Asian Cultures. Is that all I gotta say right now?
Tell us what you're on a mission to do.
Okay. My mission is to level up the world through education. And I want to be the catalyst for change through collaboration, which is what we're doing. And I want you guys to tune in to my podcast, which is called Level Up. It's on 25 distribution channels so that I can showcase all of the resilience from all over the world of my guest, right? And I also own Level Up Academy, and I take my commitment further through providing transformative courses for personal development. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn.
Perfect. All right, and next we have Susanna Dawn. Susanna, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi there, I'm Susanna Dawn. My chapter within this book is Look Beyond the Box, for we are so much more. And
Hey,
what I look at in this world is to lift women beyond the boxes they feel stuck in so that they can shine as their authentic selves. Because so many of us, we just feel stuck. We feel like we can't move. Something's in control, and it's time to take that control back and move beyond the box. I never quite fit that proverbial box, and I refuse to do it anymore. And you can find me on LinkedIn.
All right, that's awesome. So next up, we have Russ Hedge. Russ, tell us a little bit about you.
Hey, everybody, my name is Russ Hedge, and I am all about inspiring and encouraging you to live your best life now, to live your purpose. And actually, that's the name of the chapter that I wrote in the book, Live Your Purpose Now. And I am always here to encourage and uplift. I love people, and this has been such an amazing experience. Thanks for letting me be part of it.
All right. And did you tell us what you were on a mission to?
Yes, I'm on a mission to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose-driven life, your best life now.
Perfect. Well, next we have coming up Miss Lonnie Ray herself, our organizer, commander in chief.
yeah.
Lonnie, tell us a little bit about you.
Hey
Lonnie,
guys.
Lonnie.
You guys are what made Rattled Awake so special. My chapter is called The Pressure Canner. And I'm on a mission to raise the voices of others to elevate, inspire, and change our world for the better. I work, in story development, and I love to apply that to help you find your message and mission and put it down on paper and on the air as a podcast guest. So that's what I do.
Awesome. Yes.
How can we get in contact with you, Lonnie?
LinkedIn /Lonnie.
All right, awesome. Next, we have coming to the stage Nick. Nick, I'll let you pronounce your whole name for everybody if you want to.
I want to say that's why I became Nick, but that's really not why. So I'm Nicole Angai Galindo. Yes, everybody calls me Nick. And I am the gifted bipolar writer. About 5 months ago, I really came into my own. And through embracing that as a gift, I've now come into Rattled Awake with all these fabulous people. And the name of my chapter is The Bipolar Pen, Unleashing the Gift of a Writer. My mission is to help people that are bipolar to embrace their gift. People that struggle with a mental illness, it can be quite challenging. And that does not mean that you do not deserve to live your very best life. If I can do it, if I can start a business and 5 months later be successful doing it, there is absolutely nothing holding you back. You can find me on LinkedIn as well. And like Lonnie says, I am forward slash Nick the GBW.
Love that. All right. And then next we have Leanna Stock Luma. Leanna, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi there, I'm Leanna Stock-Luma. My chapter is Transfer Your Setbacks into Remarkable Comebacks. My mission is just to let anyone know that bad things happen, whether it's a disease or trauma, things you think you just can't do anything, and opportunities come up, and grab them and go. I've started a website. It's been great. It's been great being a part of this book. I look forward to reading everyone else's chapter, and you can find me at Leanna Stock-Luma on LinkedIn.
Love that. And then last but definitely not least, coming up to talk to us now, Willie J. Willie, tell us a little bit about you.
Hey. Oh, hello, everybody. This is an exciting day. Founder, CEO of Pure Mission Entertainment. And our mission and goal in life and vision is to create more hope through arts and entertainment and to empower more people and change some more lives. And my chapter, first, I want to give a big shout out to everybody and especially Lonnie and Steve, man. We appreciate you guys for the invitation here. And our motto in life is to show people, my chapter is called Growing with the Flow. And that's really been the catalyst for my life. It's been a lifestyle. I've seen to have grown up better with the unexpected waves like a surfer. And I learned to leverage my pressure by taking the URE off of it. And you get to hear more about that in the book. So I'm just excited to be a part of it. And we're just growing with the flow. That's it. And we want to change one life at a time.
I love that. My name is Steve Kidd. My chapter is called It's All an Illusion, and I'm on a mission here to really highlight and capture the best of who you are to help you be able to share that amazing brilliance that is you with the world. It's my honor. You can go pretty much anywhere and go ask Steve Kidd and you'll find me. Or you can find me at my website. It happens to be right up there in the corner, thrivingbestsellers.com. So first of all, I would like all of you to do me a big favor. Give Lonnie a big hand for all of the work and time and effort she's put in here. I know she doesn't know I was going to do that.
Salute.
I'll appreciate her. And CJ, don't sit down yet. Let everybody see your shirt.
Look at that.
Wow, CJ, that's awesome.
Awesome juice.
We will have to find out how everybody can order shirts from CJ
Yes.
to be able to
Say that.
own personal Rattled Awake t-shirt. I want to ask everybody a question, and if you can take about 30 seconds and answer this. And this is the key question that highlighted our book, and it's this. Over the past 5 years, what is the single biggest event that caused you to completely change your perspective, learn from, and become a better or different person? We'll go back around the horn again. CJ, go ahead and kick us off.
I actually, the very first thing is vulnerability. I was ashamed of it, of a lot of things. And there was an aha moment, definitely last year, that I said, I'm going to use my vulnerability because it is my superpower. Because then people can relate to my issue rather than looking perfect on everything. If you look at my resume, it looks perfect. But if I don't show up as a real me and what I'm going through, I could not level up anyone with that mentality. But if me showing up with me as I'm perfectly imperfect, that was my power. I'm on my zone of genius, Steve.
Love that, absolutely. Susanna.
For me, the things that happened, it was just dealing with issues that tore me down in many ways, and being able to forgive the people that did it to me, so that I could turn around and just get stronger. It's the way that I move out of the box, to be my authentic self, to be who I've always been. It's just like my motto is, I'm not what I used to be, yet I am who I've always been. And that is what's central to me moving forward.
Good insight. Russ, tell us your rattled awake moment.
Well, I've excuse me, I've always been a really inspiring, encouraging guy, but I realized that even though my purpose in life, I told everybody, was to really reach out and inspire and encourage them, I was speaking about it, but I wasn't really doing it. And it took the last 5 years. I've had a lot happen, but especially in this last year through my journey with cancer, really gave me a new perspective on um, life and how precious and it is, and how little time we have to really make an impact and a difference. And so my rather awake moment was kind of that God moment when I had the aha that I really needed to be reaching out and living what I was proclaiming. And part of that, like CJ said, was being vulnerable and sharing what was going on to me. Through that, I would real life situation was able to inspire and encourage people. And then they reached out to me, and I was able to actually one on one encourage and inspire people. It was just an amazing process. So that was definitely my rattled awake moment.
Love it. Lonnie, how about for you?
I could tackle a pressure canner and win. Huh. It took me a year, but there's a motivation behind that, because I became aware of thousands of food plants burning overnight, and it was mysterious. And I was like, "What the heck? I like to eat. Doesn't everybody else?" And so it was really important to me to figure out how to can food and how to preserve and overcome my fear of this thing. And I did it, and it saved my can later when I had an accident and I really needed to call on that stuff. So being prepared, not scared, and then tackling something that was so scary. I held it like it had cooties out 5 feet from me, like, I hate you, but I need you. I don't know what to do with this. So it's really a motivational chapter, but it's also informational so that we can all be prepared for what's ahead.
Nick, how about for you?
So I guess my own would have started about 2.5 years ago. Really, really bad episode of depression, and thought that I kind of had everything under control, and got it under control. But it wasn't until December 7th of last year that I realized that there was so much more for me. Um, Literally got rattled. I fell and broke my left knee cap, and that shook all the marbles around in my brain. I was on top of the world. I just started a new job. I was the operations manager, and I thought, oh, it doesn't get any better than this. And then that pretty much got pulled out from under me. So that's when I realized that, what happens if I weren't okay physically as well? And I just took the conversions of both and embraced my bipolarness and did something with it, basically.
That's awesome.
That was definitely my rattled awake moment.
Leanna, how about for you?
For me, I've had multiple sclerosis for many years, and over the years, there have just been setbacks and setbacks, and I feel I've been a strong person and overcome them, changing jobs, decreasing my hours, what have you. But I had a surgery on my feet in 2019, and I was forced to leave my job just because of the complications. And just like it was sent from God, my husband was looking for a website, a do-it-yourself site, and a gentleman sent him, I don't have anything like that, but I've got this. And it was dealing with diabetes.org. I'm a diabetes educator, and it's just like, this is how I can continue to educate people from home. And my message is just that, just when you feel like you're down and out and there's nowhere to go, there's always something there, and you just got to look for it. Do your good thing.
Love it. And Willie, how about for you?
Yes, about 5 years ago, maybe or less, I was in a set to record one of my biggest records. It was a charity-based record for the kids back in St. Louis, the performing arts, and we had just been discovered by Mr. Leonard Skinner. I called him Stephen Wrench, and he's co-writer of Sweet Home Alabama and all that good stuff. And he seemed very fond of the record, and he approached me via email. And it was time to maybe 3 days before it was time to record. the actual record and lay it down in the studio or whatnot with one of my clients, Arthur Flash Johnson. Uh, we were riding pretty high at the moment, and he had also received the NAACP award for great work he's doing back home in the city that we both grew up. And I'm no stranger to pressure and having to, be resilient. And that's why I say resilience is brilliant. So we're finally set to record, at least I thought. And 3 days before that time, my rattled awake moment came. I woke up nauseous that morning. Ironically, I was okay that previous night, but around 4 or 5, maybe 5-ish a.m., I started vomiting and getting dizzy. And before I could even get back from over the toilet, so to speak, from vomiting, I get this strange phone call from my daughter's mom and said, how are you? Are you okay? You're okay? You okay? I'm like, okay, this is odd. I normally don't get this type of phone call from her sporadically this way. It was a real sporadic moment. And I said, I really don't, what is it? Is it okay? Can I help you? Or is everything okay? Because I'm having a bad moment right now. I'm not feeling well. I said, well, wow, I really hate to add on to your bad moment, but your cousin had been just found dead in the back of his car. And it ended up being, I think he had found 8 or 9 pills in his system at the time. And he was a very close cousin, family member. And he always wanted to go on tour with me. So I'm faced with this decision to condense this. I'm faced with a decision to finally record the record. And the engineer finally gets the horrible news. And my buddy Ken, and he says, do you want to continue? I'm sorry for your loss. Condolences. And I said, well, let me get back to you in the hour. And let me just think about this, man. Thank you for your prayers. So while in tears, I hear this voice. And I said, I need you to spell out the word pressure and take the URE off of the word pressure, because this was some very high pressure. And he said, what are you left with? And I said, the word press. So he said, I want you to take the URE off of the word pressure, God, this inner voice. And he said, something magical is going to happen in the studio with this record, and I'm going to do something special. I'm going to breathe on it. So you're going to gain from this pain. And that's where we came up with the terminology, pain is gain. So that's what my chapter's about. And from that moment, I was awakened and I learned how to press forward, and I grew that day and learned how to better leverage a very rough moment in time in my life. So that's pretty much what Growing with the Flow is about.
Thanks, Willie. I really appreciate it. The link to get the book today for free is in the description. I've also dropped it a couple of times here in the comments, but just in case you haven't been reading them, there it is one more time. I encourage you, get Rattled Awake Volume 1 today. Thank you, all of you, for joining me here live. I know it was last minute and we just kind of threw it together, but I thought, let's just spend some time helping other people discover how they too can be rattled awake. So with that said, thank you, every single one of you, for being part of this book. And for the others that weren't able to join us, thank you as well. And just as a final little personal comment, this is my 22nd #1 international bestseller. It isn't quite to #1 yet, but it will be. And so I'm celebrating that with you guys too. So,
Yeah.
let's all live our lives.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Letty and Steve.
Thank you, Lonnie.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody.
Thank you.
Live life
Thank
rattled
You
awake.
guys are awesome.
All of you are awesome, man. Great
Yes,
to be
definitely.
family, man. Family. All
Fantastic.
right.